What's going on, fellas? It's another C Boogie. Y'all know the rest. Hey, I want to salute y'all for subscribing to my channel. And I also want to thank y'all for liking my videos. And shout out to the Dime Game Division. Let's rock and roll, man. Hey, man, here's just some quick advice for dudes that's having problems attracting women or pursuing women. You know, meeting women, approaching women, building a connection with women. Here's the thing, man. You know, obviously on my channel, we deal with the self-improvement piece first, right? You know, we always look in that mirror to make sure we rolling right. You know, make sure we've been hitting the gym. You know, making sure you got a level of career success. Making sure you're dealing with any kind of trauma, pain, or mental issues from your past that you may be holding on to. You know, obviously that always going to come before anything else. But as far as the women go per se, one of the biggest things that I see from my time online is a lot of people love to define everything, right? You know, everything supposed to have a meaning. You know, so for instance, you know, you got the cold approach, you got choosing signals. You know what I mean? You just got all kind of other things I can't even think about right now. And I choose not to think about it on purpose. And I would tell guys to just let it go. You know, let go of all of that stuff, because the moment you get that jargon stuck in your mind, this is when you start to restrict yourself of being free. You know what I mean? Being present and being in the moment. You know, that's going to trump all that stuff that you've been learning. You know, you don't want to box yourself in, right, to all of these different terms and what they mean and whether or not you're using it right or wrong. And you know, you don't want to live too much in your mind, period. You know what I mean? Let's just start with that, period. Just in life, you know. But particularly when you're dealing with women, you want to be present. You know, you don't want to be carrying around all that heavy thinking with you. You know, a lot of guys don't understand what that does to that energy. You know what I'm saying? When you approaching a woman, you want her to know, look, I'm here. I'm talking to you right here, right now. I'm the man that's in your face. You know what I mean? A lot of times you don't have time to sit back and study her body language and analyze and critique every single word that she says to you. You know, you sitting there trying to transcribe every single text message that she sends to you. You know, or even the phone conversation that y'all had, or whatever the case is. Man, if a woman gave you her number, that's already a good sign. You know, if a woman stopped to even talk to you, you already making good strides, man. Because let me tell you something, man. For a man that a woman is completely not interested in, you know, whatsoever, she's going to ignore that man. You know, and if she don't ignore that man, she's going to come up with an excuse on the spot where she got to go. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the situation, man. Now, what you say out your mouth from the time you meet that woman, from the time you stop and talk to that woman, you know, until the time where that first word come out your mouth, now that's on you. You know what I mean? That's on you as a man. You know, if you got a woman's attention right there, then make it poignant, make it count. You know what I mean? That's what I would say. I can't tell you what to say, but I would say you want to approach that situation with a clean slate. You know what I'm saying? With a clean slate, man. Don't worry about what happened last week. Don't worry about what happened with your ex-wife, your ex-girlfriend. You know, the last two women that you approach, it doesn't matter. You need to be free, and just develop the mentality when you come out the house. I don't owe anybody anything. Nobody owes me anything. I'm just going to be in the world. Try that, man. Try that. Real talk. Try that. Keep yourself open, man, because here's the thing, man. When you're talking about connections with the opposite sex, it's never the same. It's never the same, man. A lot of this stuff is spontaneous. A lot of this stuff is one-offs. Stop trying to define it all the time as good or bad exchanges with women, and just be in the moment. Just think of it as it is what it is. It's neither good nor bad. It was an experience that you had. You may just have to reshape your whole perspective on these things, man. That's what I would say. Real talk. Reshape your whole perspective on meeting, approaching, and attracting women. And I personally think that that's going to help out a lot of guys, man. A lot of guys are holding on to too much baggage. Whatever that baggage may be, they holding on to it. Constantly trying to define, restrict these kind of interactions with the opposite sex, man. And that all goes to a need for control. Which is understandable, man. We all want to be in control, especially as men. But interactions with other human beings, you can't always define it, man, because it's always unfolding. It's forever unfolding. Especially you start talking about good interactions. Pardon me. Good interactions are always unfolding, and always remember that. Meaning, you don't really know what's going to happen next. So leave yourself open a little bit. Give yourself that little bit of wiggle room so you can be present for what's going to happen next. That's what I would say. That's what I would say, man. A lot of these terms and a lot of these phrases that a lot of guys are learning online, though it may not be anything wrong with it, I'm watching how it's restricting a lot of men in their own mind. A lot of guys have to be conscious enough to unlock different realms in their mind to free themselves, man. A lot of guys are in bondage and don't even know it. Don't even know it, man. And I usually don't give this kind of advice on my channel. It's not really what my channel was about, but I said, hey, why not? I get a lot of emails and DMs on stuff like this, and I just summed up the data, man. Like, man, a lot of guys are too restricted, man. A lot of guys are too buttoned up. They're too buttoned up, man. They're not leaving any room for the human element of the exchange with the woman. They're not. At all. Everything comes off very robotic. And then what they do is they start performing for the woman instead of just being. You want to be happy, just be. You want to be masculine, just be. You want to be fun, just be. You want to be sexy, just be. Just be. Just be that. Stop overthinking it, man. And I know it sounds easier said than done. I understand that. But for a lot of men, their way haven't worked. It just have not worked. Just haven't. Just have it. You can never go wrong approaching a woman and just saying, hey, excuse me, can I talk to you for a second? And just tell her what's on your mind. Hey, I seen you walking And I said to myself, I had to stop and talk to her. I think you are a really good looking woman, and I would like to get to know you. Hey, so let's do this, because I don't want to waste no more of your time. Let's exchange numbers and let's holler at each other later. You know, something simple as that. Very, very simple, but it was poignant, it was direct, and it wasn't offensive, man. You know what I mean? And it wasn't offensive. You know, you're not sitting around, boring the woman. You're not talking way too much. Sometimes less is more, But the most important thing is you let that woman know what was on your mind, what you was thinking. You slipped in a compliment. And you getting her information for further discourse in the future. How can you go wrong in a situation like that? A lot of dudes be too busy trying to be so fancy and use all this advanced game. And I'm like, look, man, if you're not there, you're not there. And truth be told, you're not going to outgame a lot of women, man. You know what I mean? What haven't a woman heard before? Like, seriously, man, what haven't a woman heard from a man at least once in her lifetime, man? A good-looking woman done heard it all, man. That's why your biggest concern needs to be you and not her. How you rolling? Check your energy. Period. That's my personal opinion on that right there, man. Consume yourself with yourself, man. Free yourself. Unlock your mind. Unlock your mind in these situations, man. Too many guys are caught up in the bondage of the pain, the agony, the embarrassment, the letdowns, the disappointments of their past. A lot of guys are caught up in that way too much. Way too much, man. And I'm going to end this video with this right here, because I done spoke way too long about this with this right here, man. You have to make sure that you like women. You know what I'm saying? That you like women. It'll really help a lot of guys if they start to see women past sex. Focus on the rapport. Focus on the connection with that particular woman, man. You worry about the sex when it happens. Yeah, I said when it happens, because if the rapport is good, if the foundation is solid, if the connection is good enough, at some point you and that woman will make it to the bedroom. Focus on the connection, man, and you'll be all right. Shout out to the Dime Game Division. Peace.